Psalm 34, Taste and see the goodness of God. Psalm 34 in the Book of Psalms is a thanksgiving and wisdom psalm traditionally associated with David after his escape from danger, as recorded in the narrative of First Book of Samuel. It combines personal testimony of deliverance with broader instruction on how a life shaped by trust in God is to be lived. The psalm moves naturally from individual experience to communal reflection, showing how one person's rescue becomes a lesson for all who seek God. The psalm opens with an unbroken commitment to praise. The writer declares that blessing God will be continuous, not limited to moments of ease or relief. Praise is presented as a settled posture of life, flowing from gratitude for divine help. The invitation for others to join in exalting God emphasizes that worship is not only personal but also shared within a community of faith. In this sense, divine greatness is not increased by human praise but is made more clearly recognized and acknowledged through it. The next section offers a vivid personal testimony of deliverance. The psalmist describes seeking God in fear and distress, receiving an answer, and being rescued from overwhelming circumstances. The imagery of divine protection, including the encampment of heavenly guardians, conveys the idea of active and attentive care. God is portrayed not as distant or indifferent but as responsive to sincere appeal, intervening in real human suffering with effective help. From testimony, the psalm transitions into invitation. Taste and see that the Lord is good. This metaphor suggests that trust in God is not merely theoretical but experiential. The goodness of God is understood as something that becomes evident through lived reliance upon Him. The call to fear God is not presented as terror, but as reverent trust that shapes the direction of life. The assurance that those who seek God will lack no ultimate good is often understood not as a promise of material abundance, but as confidence that God provides what is truly beneficial for the soul's well-being and ultimate destiny. The psalm then turns toward instruction, addressing listeners as students being taught the meaning of reverent living. The fear of the Lord is explained in practical terms, guarding speech, avoiding wrongdoing, and pursuing peace. These instructions highlight that genuine trust in God is reflected in ethical transformation. Moral conduct is presented as the fruit of a restored relationship with God rather than its cause, indicating that inward trust produces outward change in everyday behavior and relationships. A further section emphasizes God's attentive care for those who belong to Him. The imagery of God watching, hearing, and responding underscores His intimate involvement with human life. At the same time, the psalm maintains a clear moral distinction, noting that wrongdoing stands under divine opposition. Those described as righteous are understood not as flawless individuals, but as those who stand in right relationship with God through trust and dependence upon Him. The closing verses address the reality of suffering, correcting any assumption that those who trust God are exempt from hardship. Instead, affliction is portrayed as a shared experience, even among those who are faithful. Yet within suffering, there is assurance of divine nearness and ultimate deliverance. The statement that none of the bones of the righteous are broken is often read as a deeper theological sign pointing toward preservation through suffering and as foreshadowing the suffering of Christ. The psalm concludes with a sharp contrast between ruin for those who persist in wrongdoing and redemption for those who take refuge in God. Taken as a whole, Psalm 34 presents a unified vision of the life shaped by trust in God. It begins with praise for deliverance, expands into invitation to personal experience of divine goodness, develops into moral instruction for daily living, and concludes with assurance that God remains both just and rescuing.
Psalm 34, a psalm of David when he pretended madness before Abimelech, who drove him away, and he departed. I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. My soul shall make its boast in the Lord. The humble shall hear of it and be glad. O magnify the Lord with me, and let us exalt His name together. I sought the Lord, and He heard me, and delivered me from all my fears. They looked to Him and were radiant, and their faces were not ashamed. This poor man cried out, and the Lord heard him, and saved him out of all his troubles. The angel of the Lord encamps all around those who fear Him, and delivers them. O taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man who trusts in Him. O fear the Lord, you his saints. There is no want to those who fear him. The young lions lack and suffer hunger, but those who seek the Lord shall not lack any good thing. Come, you children, listen to me. I will teach you the fear of the Lord. Who is the man who desires life and loves many days, that he may see good? Keep your tongue from evil, and your lips from speaking deceit. Depart from evil and do good. Seek peace and pursue it. The eyes of the Lord are on the righteous, and his ears are open to their cry. The face of the Lord is against those who do evil, to cut off the remembrance of them from the earth. The righteous cry out, and the Lord hears, and delivers them out of all their troubles. The Lord is near to those who have a broken heart, and saves such as have a contrite spirit. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivers him out of them all. He guards all his bones. Not one of them is broken. Evil shall slay the wicked, and those who hate the righteous shall be condemned. The Lord redeems the soul of his servants, and none of those who trust in him shall be condemned.